Josh with Arrowhead Kingdom, and I'm joined by Matt from Podcast 1558, and this is your weekly betting fix. Billy cannot join us again, so he doesn't get to hear that I made up a serious amount of ground by going 9-4 last week while he went 5-8. He still has a 6-game lead, but this is getting close. He's talked about possibly looking at a comeback from me, and it looks like apparently that happened. So let's jump into the week 8 slate. So full disclosure, we are picking this 100% before the Thursday night game starts, but this probably isn't going to be out before. So it's going to be too late to bet, but I promise you that we did make this pick before kickoff. So first game, we have the Green Bay Packers from my local neck of the woods going down to Glendale, Arizona to play the Cardinals. The Cardinals are favored by 6. Matt, who do you have?
Cardinals all day. I think they're the best team in football right now.
Got it. I completely agree. I expect the Cardinals to win, but I do expect the Packers to keep it close. So I'm going to go with the local team and say that they keep it close, and the Packers lose by less than 6 points. Next one, we've got Carolina, who is an early season darling. And this time they are going down to Atlanta, who won last week against Miami by 2. And the Falcons are favored at home by 3. So it's the standard issue, 3 points, making it essentially a pick 'em game. And you give the field goal to the home team. Who do you got in this one?
I'll go with the home team with this one. I think Carolina has not really been playing well the past couple of weeks.
Yep, I have no disagreement with you there. I definitely think that the Falcons win this game by more than a field goal. Most likely the Panthers aren't doing anything, and I don't believe they're going to have McCaffrey to come in there and change any game. So there you go. The next one we have Miami going up to Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 14. I don't see any reason to think that Buffalo is going to do anything other than win by at least 2 touchdowns. So I'm going with the Bills.
Same.
Yep. All right. Got it. So we'll make that one pretty simple. Next, we have the Niners heading to Chicago, where the Bears still suck, and they go into Soldier Field favored by 4 because the Bears still suck. I'm going with the Niners to do that. What do you got?
I'll go with the Bears on this one.
To win or to cover?
To win.
To win. All right. All right. So you're feeling that the Bears are going to take care of business, or there's going to be enough discord with the San Francisco quarterback situation that they're not going to.
Yep.
All right. Next game. This is a really big one. And this is kind of being touted by the media as doesn't matter if Mayfield plays because it's a foregone conclusion, but Pittsburgh goes to Cleveland, where the home team, Cleveland, is favored by 3.5. And there's a question whether Keenum or Baker Mayfield is going to step up and play. What are you thinking for the spread on this one?
That's a tough one. I like the Browns only because they're getting Chubb back. I think they'll be able to control the clock and score just enough to win.
Got it. And cover the 3.5?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going with the Steelers. I just think that this one is lining up as an expectation situation for the Browns that, quite frankly, they haven't lived up to any of that type of stuff until last season. And this just seems like a Mayfield rushes back too much. Big Ben does enough to keep himself halfway relevant, and that's being generous, to be completely honest. But, I think the Pittsburgh goes into Cleveland and keeps it at the very least close, but I really do think the Steelers win this game. Next one, we got Philly going to Detroit. Philly on the road is favored by 3.5. So Detroit is absorbing, more disrespect, which is what happens when you can't win a game. What do you have for this one?
Philly. I think the Lions end up going 0-17.
Got it. I'm going to take Detroit at home to, keep this one close and potentially even win. Sooner or later, they are going to have to win a game. I think that there's enough heart there that they're going to do it. The Eagles are just totally a reeling team, getting beat down bad enough in Vegas last week by the Raiders. I don't see that changing this week. We'll get into another just monstrous game for the AFC South. That should be a good game. So you have the Titans and the Colts. Titans at Indianapolis going to the Colts. Both teams got big wins. Titans are not favored. The Colts are by 1.5, but that essentially means that the Titans are favored given the Colts position as the home team. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Titans and Derrick Henry keep this rolling and they win the game, and it'll be by more than 2. So I'm going with Tennessee.
I agree. Tennessee just has too much.
Got it. Okay. Cincinnati at the New York Jets. We've talked about this one countless times throughout the season. I picked them early. I was kind of reluctant here recently. They are the number 1 seed in the AFC. If the playoffs started today, the Chiefs not only wouldn't be there, but the Bengals would be the number 1 seed that would have the first bye week, and the entire AFC would go through them. So go ahead and say that without getting any kind of weird feelings. That being said, they are playing the Jets. I don't care that they're favored by 10.5 or that they're on the road. The Bengals are going to win this game, and they're going to win it big.
Yep, they'll keep it rolling.
All right. Now we have the LA Rams heading to Houston, favored by 14.5. What are your thoughts on this one?
There's really not much to say about this one. I think the Rams win by more than 2 scores.
I agree. New England is heading out to LA. Since the Rams won't be there, the Chargers will. And the Chargers at home are favored by 4.5 against Bill Belichick and Mac Jones. What are your thoughts on that one?
I like the Patriots. I think they've been playing well the past couple of weeks. Mac Jones looks great. I like them in this one.
All right, I agree. I like what the Patriots are doing, but I don't think that they come in and take care of business against the Chargers in what's probably the weakest actual home crowd that you can possibly have. I just think that the Chargers are going to be motivated, and Justin Herbert's going to be out to prove a point after the bye week and that loss the week before. So I'm going with the Chargers. That is the next split that we have. And as of right now, we've got 4 games that are going to be deciding what the standings look like next week. Next one, we got Jacksonville going to Seattle. Seattle is favored by 3.5 at home. What are your thoughts on this one?
Seattle, I think. Even though they don't have Russ, I still think they take care of business.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick against Seattle on this one, given that it's close. I think that the Jags threaten to get a win, and at the very least keep it really close if Seattle does eke something out. I think they're going to be able to throw enough at Geno Smith, and they'll be running the ball well enough to keep this game more than interesting, and more interesting than anybody at CenturyLink Field is going to want to see. So I'm going with Jacksonville to, at the very least, cover. All right, we got the Washington football team heading out west to Denver, where the Broncos at home are favored by 3 after looking what they did against Cleveland last week and how pretty much everybody's just thrown the ball over Washington. Denver's got enough receivers and enough of a passing game. I think that Denver wins this one by well more than 3 points. What are your thoughts?
I agree.
All right. Tampa Bay is going to New Orleans, and they are favored by 4.5. I don't see a world where Tampa Bay wins by less than a touchdown on this one.
I agree with you also. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Here's an interesting line. We have Dallas going to Minnesota, and they are 2.5 point underdogs. So the Vikings are favored by 2.5 over Dallas. What are your thoughts on that one?
That's surprising. I like Dallas by 10 plus.
I agree. I have no idea where that line is coming from. I mean, last time I checked, Dallas's defense wasn't, sitting there letting somebody run the ball all over them, and quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins line them up. So I don't see why they would start this weekend in a dome that's pretty much the same stadium they play in at home. So yeah, I'm with you on the Cowboys. And now for the last one of the week, Monday Night Football, we got the Giants going to Kansas City to play our Chiefs, who are coming off a horrendous loss. And the Chiefs are favored by 9.5, which tells you 2 things, in my opinion. One, what Vegas thinks the Chiefs can still do, and 2, what Vegas thinks of the Giants, even though they beat the Panthers this last week. So I'm going with the Chiefs to win by at least 10. What are your thoughts?
Oh, Chiefs I think we might even blow them out. I think this is going to be a game where we let all of our frustrations out on one team.
I agree. I think we're going to be just for a quick talk about that game. I think that the frustration's certainly been boiling over, and we're going to see a motivated defensive backfield going up against a team and a quarterback that's highly motivated to turn the ball over. And they've been doing it consistently over the course of the entire time that Daniel Jones has been there, like the Chiefs have these past couple of games. So I don't see that being any different. I think Mahomes comes out motivated to keep his stat sheet clean and full of touchdown passes. I think that Spags earns himself another week against his former team, and comes out with more of a plan than we've been used to seeing this season.
Yes, sir, for real.
All right, well, that's it for this week, and we'll be back next week. Go Chiefs.
Chiefs.